Hello, Trinity family. This is Pastor Dewar, and this is your Theology in 3. Today, I'd like to talk about a movie I recently watched with my family. It's called Sheep Detectives. In this movie, the basic premise is that a guy dies and the sheep go and solve the murder. And so it's about their adventures as they walk through this. Now, what's really interesting about this movie is there's a scene in there where they have a short discussion about God. And it's really quite amusing because it demonstrates quite clearly misunderstandings that many people have about God. So, if you haven't seen it, I invite you to go ahead and watch this clip from the movie.
What is this?
This is the church where someone named God lives.
Who's God?
It's a bit confusing. God is a shepherd.
So he could be our shepherd?
No, because he's also a lamb.
What?
And he's also invisible. And he's made of bread. And he dams things.
Dams things? Like a beaver?
Yes.
So God is a big invisible lamb beaver made of bread?
Yes. And they eat him on Sundays.
Poor God.
What's interesting about this clip is that they get a lot of stuff very right? Like they're walking through, they have a really good understanding of the things we say about God. And so they say things like, he's a shepherd, he is a lamb, he is bread, and he is invisible. Like, these are all things that they say about God in the clip. And what's interesting is each of those four things has a lot of theological depth and a lot of imagery that's very important. So, for example, the shepherd, he takes care of the sheep. He takes care of us. We are his sheep. That's the image there. He is a lamb. That references the lambs that are slaughtered in the sacrifices. He is made of bread, is referring to communion, as Jesus offers up himself for our sins, and we eat communion each week. We are forgiven of our sins. And then he is invisible. The idea that God is present with us even when we can't see him is also very helpful and very important. Now, all of these images are great. They're very rich with meaning and depth. To any Christian, to any first century Jewish person, this all would have been filled with meaning. But what's interesting, and this film pulls this out, is that to modern audiences, and to, I guess, sheep, this is completely foreign and completely weird. That you walk through that scene, and if somebody is not familiar with Christianity, they're going to look at this and go, what? But to all the Christians, it's really quite funny. This gets to a common thing Christians do, which is to use language that is unfamiliar to the people who are around us. When I was a kid, they called it Christianese, that the idea that there's language we use, nobody else gets it. It's technical theological language, or maybe it's not really all that technical. It's just something we generally mean something when we say it. And so there's words like justification, sanctification, very rich, deep, meaningful words, but unless you define it for somebody, they're not going to know what you're talking about. Maybe it's even something like prayer or faith walk or church home. I've said some of these things to people before, and they've looked at me like, what? What are you talking about? Because it's just part of our vocabulary. And so one of the things this clip is reminding us is, as we talk to people who are outside of the faith, we might have some very rich, very deep, meaningful theology and vocabulary and symbolism, but other people don't understand it. And so we have to change our vocabulary in order to interact with people who are outside of our context. And that's part of what it means to be a Christian living in the world. Yes, teach them these words, that's great, but that may not be where you want to lead. And so think through, how do I say what I say? How do I talk to other people about what I believe in a way that can be helpful and help curb some misunderstandings? Anyway, that's some food for thought for you today. I hope you enjoy the clip. Have a blessed rest of your day.